My name is Mary Lou Lord. I'm a singer-songwriter from the Boston area.
Kapan dan di mana Anda ketemu Kurt Cobain?
So I went to see the Melvins, and I was leaving the show, and walking outside, and these three dudes were trying to get in, and they were talking to the door guy, bouncer guy, and I was just about to leave, and I heard him say, "What's your name again?" And they said Nirvana, and he's like, and he looks at the paper, and he's like, "I don't see you on the list," and I was just like, I stopped short, right? There was no one around. I stopped short from leaving, and I turned around to the guy and I said, "You should let them in." I didn't know who they were, what they looked like. I didn't know anything. So the dude with the blonde hair came over and he said, "Hey, thanks for helping us get in." And I was like, "Oh, the show's been over for a while and they should have let you in, whatever." And so I said, "Oh, you're in the Nirvana band?" He's like, "Yeah." And I'm like,
Yeah.
I thought he was the roadie, right? Because he just didn't look like the person that I figured was the singer, because he was small and kind of. I just didn't picture him to look like that. And I said, "Which guy in the band are you?" And he said, "I'm the singer, and I play guitar." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." I was talking to him that night, and I said, "What are you guys doing?" And he said, "Well, we've got a show tomorrow. Our record's coming out in a couple of days." And I was like, "Oh, shit." I didn't want to say, "Yeah, I've heard it for the last 8 months," whatever. But I was like, "Oh, that's cool," and I was just trying to really play it down. And so he was like, "Do you want to go upstairs?" And I was like, "Yeah." So we went upstairs, and it was quieter up there, and we just talked for a really long time. And I said, "Where are you staying?" And he said, "At the Howard Johnson," which was kind of down the street. And I said, "Oh, do you want to ride back later?" And he's like, "Yeah, that would be great." So we finished up hanging out there, and he said hi to Melvin's guys. And we were walking outside, and I started to unlock my bike, and he's like, "Oh, I thought you said you're gonna give me a ride, And I said, "Yeah, you sit on the back."
Shiver comes now, 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 shiver comes.
Sayangnya Kurt dan Mary bukan anak zaman now. Mereka kagak punya kamera selfie minimal 5 megapiksel, buat mengabadikan momen mereka bersama. Sebagai bukti buat orang-orang, kalau Mary emang pernah dekat sama Kurt.
We sat on the wall in front of the Howard Johnsons there on Cobain for hours. The sun came up, and then he said, "I really want you to come to the gig tomorrow." And I said, "All right." So I the next day went home, went to sleep, woke up, and then I went to the gig, and then and that's pretty much how I met him. Yeah, so
you went to it. Did you
show.
Did you go to sound check with them, or did you meet them after?
I think I just
tell
came,
us what happened.
I think I just well, I was really tired. I think I slept all day because I had been up all night until probably 7 in the morning shooting the shit with them on the wall in front of the hotel. So I slept all day, and then I woke up and I went to the show. So I think I got there after the first, second band, and I saw them play. And
it's the last band at this club tonight. Yeah! I'm Kurt Santana from Nirvana. Could you please welcome the fucking coolest band in the world, Nirvana.
they were pretty rough around the edges, you know what I mean? They didn't sound quite like the record, but they were great, and there was so much excitement and electricity in that room, and yeah, it was cool. And then that night, after the show, we went back to where I was living, which was Billy Ray Wayne's apartment. So anyway, I lived in this cool apartment, and so that night, Kurt came back to the apartment with me, and he's like, Jesus, who lives here? And I'm like, well, I do, but it's Billy Ray Wayne's apartment. He's like, Jesus, you know? And there was so many records, and there was stuff to do, and it was really fun. And so we just played records. And like I told you, I was a health freak. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, whatever. And so that night I drank a little bit and smoked some butts like an idiot, you know, and because we're hanging out with Kurt Cobain, what the fuck, you know? So we were a little bit buzzed, and we listened to records, and then he's like, I want you to play for me, play some Daniel John, you know. So I started out playing for him, right? I played some Daniel Johnston and some Sean Colvin. I played Polaroids, holy shit, oh my God, right? If you knew what the song's about. It's just crazy. And then I looked at him, and I started playing some Nirvana, right? And the record had only come out like that day, or it was coming out the next day, because they were in Boston for like 3 days. So I think this was like September 21st, and their record came out September 22nd. So anyway, I started playing all these Nirvana songs that I had been working out to and running to all summer, and I had learned them badly, but I knew them. And so I started playing songs off Nevermind, and Kurt just looked at me like, what the because the record wasn't out yet, right? Here he is, 3,000 miles away from Olympia, where he lived. Here's this girl, you know, that he just met, and playing Nirvana songs, like a lot of them, right? And he just looked at me like, how, what the and I'm like, I know. And I said, please don't tell that I had the advance copy of your record. I really, really do like your band. I know who you are, your band. I didn't know who you were because I didn't ever see a picture. And he's like, holy shit. So his mind was blown. You know what I mean? Just
I bet.
Right. It was so crazy. After I met him in Boston, and they were playing in New York City, and I went to work, and on my answering machine, he was like, you know, he said, hey, I really, really want you to come to New York. He's like, take a boat, take a plane, take anything, just get here. And so I was like, oh my God, I don't know about this really, but I did. I went. I took a bus to New York. Smells Like Teen Spirit was going to be on MTV for the first time. So we're in this hotel. I think it was like the Roger Smith Hotel. It wasn't anything particularly fancy or whatever. And it was weird. It was just like Dave and Chris. I don't remember anyone from the label being around or anything. So it was like Kurt and me and my friend Deb and Chris and Dave in the other room. And like they were so excited that they were going to be on MTV. They were all calling their moms. And before the video came on, he was telling me where they made the video, and that's the janitor, and we made this at Fairfax High in Hollywood, you know, this stuff. And I couldn't quite get my head around everything. And again, they were just like a small band, right? So it wasn't like they had done all this stuff yet. There was no rear view mirror stuff yet. And so I was with him the first time he ever saw himself doing Smells Like Teen Spirit on MTV.
Sejak video klip Smells Like Teen Spirit diputar di MTV, Kurt dan Nirvana makin sibuk manggung dan jadwal manggung mereka sangat padat dan Mary tidak bisa sering mengikuti kemana Kurt berada dan mereka jarang berhubungan langsung dikarenakan Kurt sangat begitu sibuk. Sampai-sampai entah kenapa, bisanya Kurt menyebut wanita lain di live perform pertama kalinya di TV menyanyikan lagu Smells Like Teen Spirit berikut videonya.
Well, here's Nirvana, kicking it up good style, 600,000 copies of their album in the USA, and first time live on TV. See you next week.
I'd like all of you people in this room to know that Courtney Love, the lead singer of the sensational pop group Hole, is the best in the world.
Dari video itulah hubungan antara Mary dan Kurt mulai retak. Mary mulai merasa sakit hati dengan pernyataan Kurt tadi, hingga akhirnya Mary ogah menghubungi Kurt lagi, dan sampai akhirnya Mary tidak bisa bertemu Kurt untuk selama-lamanya.